Same crowd as the last guy. Small. Maybe I should have named this, instead of free Realtor.com tools, paid Realtor.com tools. No, right. This is actually a very interesting class, and I think you guys are going to like that you came here, because I'm going to show you 3 amazing things that you probably didn't know that Realtor.com can do for you. And I'm going to start off with a product that doesn't have Realtor.com anywhere in its name, but it's owned by Realtor.com, and everyone in the room can take advantage of this system. So I'm going to go live, and I'm going to give you a quick explanation of Social Bios, what it does, how you can use it on your website, and how it affects your experience on Realtor.com. I'm skipping the whole intro and everything. I'm Steve. I do work for Realtor.com. I'm also a co-founder of Tech Savvy Agent. I'll skip all that because we're running a little bit late, and I'm sure you guys just want to get to the good stuff. A real estate agent's website. What's the most visited tab on an agent's website? Anybody know? Search for homes. I heard it About Me. That's the 2nd most visited tab. So you're on point, and that's where I'm going. The 2nd most visited tab on a real estate agent's website is the About Me page. The About Me page is historically one of the worst tabs on an agent's site. Why? Because it's a bunch of paragraphs that you wrote about you, right? About how awesome you are. And that's what you're supposed to do on an About Me page. But that doesn't work offline, and it doesn't work online either. How many people really generate leads from their About Me page? Probably not very many, right? If I were to go out on the first date with my wife, or if I went out on the first date with my wife 6 years ago, and all I did was tell her how awesome I was the entire time, I probably wouldn't get a second date, and I'd only have like 30 seconds worth of stuff to talk about. So that wouldn't pan out for me very well. It doesn't pan out online either. So I'm going to show you a different solution, a solution that's free, that's not free-ish, it's not freemium, it's free now, but when you really start using it, we'll charge you more later. It is, in every sense of the word free, there are no paid options where you can totally transform that About Me page, interact with people, connect with people, and build relationships. If someone goes to your About Me page and you have Social Bios installed, it's a widget that installs on that page, very easy to put on there. Rather than just getting a paragraph about how awesome you are, they're going to see a page that will instantly compare their entire social graph to yours. Now, what does that mean? We stay perpetually logged in to our social networks. We stay perpetually logged into Facebook. People don't go up on the top of Facebook and hit the log out button. Do you really wish to log out? Yes, I do. You just close out of the screen, right? So because you stay logged into Facebook, if someone goes to your About Me page, there'll be a little button there, and it'll say, see what we have in common. Click here. When they click that button, it takes everything that they put in Facebook, compares to everything that you put into Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, Gmail, Yahoo, and instantly shows them the commonalities that you guys have together. Think about what a good real estate agent does. When a good agent meets someone, they try to find commonalities with that person. If you've ever been in a situation where you talked to a person a couple times over the phone, and then you finally met them in person a week later, you found out they were friends with your cousin. And then as soon as you find out that information, your relationship skyrockets to the next level. How do people find realtors these days? They go up to a friend and they say, hey, do you know a good realtor? Yeah, they go online, they search for it online, but honestly, that's how people still find their real estate agent. They ask their friends. So what if they could find out instantly by visiting your page if you know any of their friends, or you have any of the same likes or interests? This will do that for you automatically. Yeah, there's that lame paragraph over here about how awesome you are, but the middle is going to be totally different, and it's interactive, and then the side actually shows social media updates. So this is a tool, Social Bios, that is owned by Realtor.com, and I'm going to show you how it ties into Realtor.com in a second. But let me log into the back end, because I'm going to show you something here that's going to absolutely blow you away. Because how many people, well, let me ask a question. How many people in the room know who's visiting their website? And I don't talk about know that you got 100 hits last month from this IP address. I'm actually talking about someone who visits your website that does not fill out a form. Do you know who they are? No. This will allow you to do that. I know who's visiting my website. I have their photo, I have their name, and I can contact anyone that visits my website, that visits the About Me tab. Why? Because it's pulling their information in from Facebook. It actually accesses their Facebook information, and if they click that See What You Have in Common button on this free tool, you now have access to that information. I have this installed on my Facebook page. I have it installed on my website. I have it installed on my blog. You can install it on your company's profile page, anywhere where you can add a little tagline, a little widget in. You can put Social Bios everywhere, have those connections, and see who's visiting those pages. If I go into the History button and click the Matches key, and we scroll through, actually I'll just scroll through all of them here so you can see. There we go. I have 16,650 pages of people that have visited my website or my Facebook page. I know exactly who they are, and I know exactly how to get in contact with them. That is a powerful tool. That could be one of the most powerful tools that you learned here today, and now you guys are the only lucky ones in the room to learn about this, this free tool. You're probably hoping no one else comes to the class. That's not all that it does, though. Yes, it forms connections for you digitally online. Yes, it shows you who's visiting your website without them filling out a form, but it's also a recommendations engine, too. So you have Social Bios installed on your website, your blog, your Facebook page, etc. You have all these cool tools out there. It's also a place for you to syndicate recommendations. And other people talked about recommendations here today and gathering testimonials and putting them online. Here's an easy way to drive your clients to go to one place, type in a recommendation online, and that will syndicate out to your Facebook page and your blog and your company website's profile and Realtor.com, which I'll talk about in a second, too. When someone writes a recommendation, you have the ability to approve it. They can, if you have a video of them, you can actually add a video on there. You can add their photo on there as well. But of course, you can approve it before it actually displays. What's really neat about this service, if someone goes on your website, they go to your About Me page, they write that recommendation, it will automatically be shared through all your social networks. So it's going to be shared through Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter. If you have any business pages on Facebook, it will automatically be shared through those pages. But think about it. Do you want to share it with your sphere, or do you want to reach their sphere? You want to reach their sphere. So when someone writes a recommendation, it automatically posts it to their sphere on Facebook that they just had a wonderful experience with you, and now their 400 friends actually see that they just had a transaction with you, you did a fantastic job, and now you're getting more exposure from their sphere of influence. Again, all happening automatically, costs you absolutely nothing, and no work involved. So those are some of the features of Social Bios on your own website. The key, though, is once you get the Social Bios system, the very next thing that you're going to do is make sure it's linked to your Realtor.com account. Because when people go to the #1 Realtor directory in the entire country and they search for agents, and as you can see, we have some agents up on the screen. We have a secret agent up there first without their profile picture. By the way, this is on a separate note. Make sure you put in your profile picture and all your content, your information. Whether you pay Realtor.com or not, you can still put your profile information in there, your phone numbers. This is the biggest real estate directory in the country. You have to show up here. How many people are using Social Bios? In Woodbury, New York, out of the 309 agents, 5 agents are using the Social Bios system. This is brand new for Realtor.com. So you guys have a distinct advantage over everyone else that decided to go to the other event here today, because if you get your Social Bios set up and it's linked in here, the recommendations you're putting on your own website automatically display in your profile. Now, as I mentioned, this is new for Realtor.com. We didn't always have reviews or recommendations on there. That's why only 5 agents are signed up right now. I'm buddies with the guys at Zillow, and they started the reviews at the beginning of this year. They've told me the most sorted item on Zillow is search for agents by reviews, right? So I'm willing to guess that once this starts ramping up on Realtor.com, people are going to search for agents by reviews and recommendations. So for everyone in this room right now, when you're only competing against 5 other people in this immediate area, if you start getting recommendations on your own website and they automatically syndicate to Realtor.com, wow, that's a pretty powerful tool. You can be a step ahead of everyone else, and when people start sorting, you'll have 10 recommendations before anyone else even knows that it exists. Pretty cool tool. Also, notice when I start flipping through Realtors, look at this, Facebook, friends in common. It instantly, because when I go to Realtor.com, I'm logged into Facebook, it asks me to log in through Facebook, it will show me that, hey, I have something in common with Deborah. And she knows Jared James. And you know what? I know Jared James, and I trust Jared James. And if I'm looking for a realtor, I might give Jared a call now and ask her what he thinks of Deborah, because I see those common connections. That's the Social Bios system working in the profile section. If someone searches for listings starting next month, consumer goes in, they find a listing. It's your listing. If you have Social Bios enabled, it will show them what they have in common with you on your listing on that search page immediately. Pretty awesome stuff. Any questions about Social Bios? Yes? No. No, yeah, this class is free. Realtor.com tools. Now, I would really love to do a paid Realtor.com tools class, but I think I might end up with 1 or 2 people in the room. So, you know, we went the free route this time. So that's pretty cool, right? You go to socialbios.com, you go to the website socialbios, and you sign up for a free account. And then it shows you how to log in through Realtor.com and the other places, and you can install it on your website. They have support and everything there, too. Good question. If you can't hear in the back, she asked if you have to have an account with Realtor.com first. You don't have to have any paid products through Realtor.com to use Social Bios. Of course, if you have, you know, enhanced listings, you know, you're going to stand out a little bit more, but you don't need anything. Nope. All right. Let's talk about the second application. If we have time, I'll go over 3. If we don't have time, we're going to stick to 2. The next app I'm going to go over, or the next tool that you can use, is something that you're going to download for your mobile device. And I have slides, but I'd much rather show you this live. So if all goes well in the technology world, I'm going to bring up my iPad, and I'm going to bring up my iPhone. Realtor.com just released a brand new mobile collaboration app. Has anybody seen it before? Has anybody downloaded this yet? This is available right now for iOS devices. It's coming soon for your Android device. Anybody have the Realtor.com search app on their mobile? Have you played with it before? Have you used it? Do you know that your consumers are using it? It's named one of the top 5 mobile apps in the entire world. The World Mobile Congress named the Realtor.com search app one of the top 5 apps in the world. So it's very good. Your consumers are using the app. In fact, there are millions and millions and millions of people are using it every single day. Do you like it, though, when your consumers are on the Realtor.com app? And be honest, just because I'm standing up here doesn't mean you have to say yes. Do you like it when your consumer searches for homes on the Realtor.com app? No. Why? Because they're going to see other realtors, right? Exactly. They're going to bring up information, and their phone numbers are there, and there's a lot of distractions and other people to talk to, and you probably want them to search on your own website where it's your branding and your information. But you know what? People like to search through mobile. They're watching TV at night, and when they're watching their favorite show, they're shopping for homes at the same time. So now, with the new Realtor.com collaborative search app, you can give out your own branded version of Realtor.com. They can search for that app. They see all of your information. They don't see the other agent's information, and they can communicate with you back and forth. Here's how it works. There's 2 versions. If you have an iPhone or iPad, go update your app from the App Store. Download the new one, and when you download the new one, go into the settings and select the I'm an Agent button. When you select the I'm an Agent key, it's going to bring up, you'll type in your information, and when you key that in, it's going to bring up a screen that looks like the iPad here on the left-hand side. Connected clients and invite clients. So now I have 2 new buttons because I told Realtor.com, I told the app that I'm an agent. I can go in and I can hit invite clients. I can type in email addresses. I can go into my address book and look up all the contacts in my address book and touch them. If I have Top Producer coming out in 2 weeks, you'll actually be able to send invites directly out of Top Producer. So let's pretend I sent a couple invites out to buyers I'm currently working with right now. And I said, hey, here's the best mobile search app for you. You can communicate with me at any time and ask any questions that you would like. You send it out, you're good to go. Now that you did that, you're going to have some connected clients. And you can see I have 3 connected clients right here. So pretend I sent the application to this person over here who's on the iPhone, and I'm going to go into the iPhone application, and you're going to see that this is going to look a little bit different from the agent version. Corky Pigman's the realtor in this case, so pretend Corky is the realtor. So I'm looking at my iPhone. Every time I go into the Realtor.com app, wow, there's Corky Pigman on the screen. Oh, if I want to give her a call, I don't have to look up her phone number. I can just touch her, and there's email, there's call, there's the communications that we have. She has her branding on my phone now. If I go and I want to search for nearby homes, and I'm bringing up the nearby listings, I look at this nice $1.2 million property right here. I bring it up on my screen. I have the same great Realtor.com experience on my phone, but look at the calls to action, the button in the upper right, Ask My Agent. If I scroll down, My Agent, Corky Pigman, Request the Showing, Corky Pigman. You don't have to worry about your clients seeing anybody else's information on the screen. If I hit Ask My Agent, I can type in a message, and this is an instant IM service. If I type in, this house looks great, ... there, and hit the send button, this will ping the agent's iPhone or iPad or whatever they're using. It's not going to come up with an instant notification because I'm in the app. Chances are, as the realtor, you're not going to be in the application. You're going to be running errands with your kids. An iOS notification will pop up on your phone. You know instantly that someone's looking at a listing and has a question. Because I'm in the app, it just brought up the little red flag on the top, and I can go there, and there it is. You know, this house looks great. I touch it, it takes me right to the listing that that person was looking at with their message right there on the top of the page. I can respond back instantly on my iOS device and say, hey, yeah, this definitely looks like an excellent property for you. When do you want to go see it? Back and forth, all the communications are saved. I can see a master list of all the communications I've had with all my clients here, requested showings. I can send listings out to my clients. They just don't have to send them to me. Or if I go into the main page here, I can look at all my connected clients and I can just see everyone individually. So this person suggested one listing and requested one showing. And any notes that they had would be in there too. So this is, again, another free tool available from Realtor.com. There's no costs involved. There's no upgrades involved. You don't have to have any Realtor.com products to use it.
One question I have is, this only available to people who are searching on Realtor.com?
Well, this is a mobile application. So yes, you have to be in the mobile application.
No, but what I'm saying is they have to have that application on their phone, the Realtor or the Realtor.com app when they're searching?
You're giving them the app.
Oh, all right, you're giving them the app.
Yes.
So does this tie into MLS at all?
It was the very, very first thing I showed you. When you get the app, you hit invite clients, remember? This is the very first thing, invite clients. You type in their email address, and then you can go right into your address book here and send it right out of there. You invite it right out of the app. Yep, if they have an iPhone or an iPad. Android solutions will be out the fourth quarter of this year, so you'll be able to send it to Android solution or to an Android device, and it will cross over. You can have an iPhone and they can have an Android. Yes.
How long before it comes to Android?
Quarter four.
Is that
Quarter four, yeah, of this year. Yep. Any other questions? Yep.
Where is I am agent?
Where is, I'm sorry?
Where do you, from here, where do you go to?
Well, mine's already set up, so I'm not doing it. But if you're on an iPad, you go into the little settings button on the top, and I'm signed in under my account. For an iPhone, if you go in, and mine's going to look different because, again, it's already set up here. But if I go back to the main page, there's a settings button in the lower right-hand side, and you see where it says I am an agent right on the top of the screen. You make sure you have the latest version. If you didn't update it from the App Store, it won't appear there. You have to have the latest version updated from the App Store, and it'll be there for you. Yep. All right, I'm almost out of time, so I'm going to go over one more application, and we're going to close this out. So we do have a minute to do this. There's one more free app I want to show you. So we'll take the iPhone and the iPad off on the screen, and I'm going to show you a mobile listing website generator, and it's the simplest and easiest one out there on the market right now. Perhaps. If my mouse wants to work. It seems like it just clonked out on me. We'll give it a second. Maybe not. Maybe this is my computer telling me that it's time to quit. There we go. We got it. Go to a website called marketing.realtor.com. This is a website that in 3 steps will build a customized site for each one of your listings. And you can use that on the sign riders in the front of the house, on your flyers, on your postcards. And by the way, it creates all of those for you too. When you go to this website, it'll ask you for your MLS, and it's also going to ask you for your ID. So when I key this in, Bitterroot will do Corky Pigment there again. I hit the next button. If you have Top Producer, it can send leads directly to your Top Producer. If you don't have it, no worries, just hit skip. Same idea with Market Snapshot. If you have Market Snapshot, the tool that automatically sends listings and solds to your clients, you can add that in there. If you don't, no worries. You'll just hit the skip button again. And then all we do is we just select a listing. Because it's connected to Realtor.com and it has your information, it automatically knows all of your listings. You just choose one off the page, and guess what? We are finished. We just created a website for one of our listings that any device from an Android to an iPhone to automatically optimized for this screen, and we can start marketing this. Here's the QR code that it created in the middle of the page here. If anybody has a QR code reader handy, and I'll do this on mine real quick, you can take it out and scan it. And I'll go in and hopefully I'll be able to bring up my screen. You'll get to see what it looks like here. So QR code reader. So I'm going to hold it up. And so someone is driving by. Oh, I got to get back further. Someone's driving by one of your listings. You have a yard sign. You go to Staples and you buy weatherproof stickers, or Office Max, or whatever you have close by. They have a box of weatherproof stickers. You create one of these websites first, you print this out on the weatherproof stickers, and you throw it right on your yard sign. Then what happens here is when someone scans it, they're going to see a website that looks like this. And it looks very similar to the Realtor.com experience. They can flip through all the pictures of the listing. It's all of your contact information on the screen, your phone numbers. They can hit the button immediately and call you right off the bat. They can email that listing. They can share it out socially. And that was created in just a matter of seconds. Now, that's great that they're seeing that on their phone, and it's great that they can scan it from the yard sign, but there's other ways that you can share this information too. So if I go back to that screen, you can see that it automatically created a flyer for me, and it automatically created a postcard for me too. Pulled in all the information from Realtor.com. This will take a second to load depending on the internet connection that we have here. And it's still loading, so we'll give it a second here. But it created the postcard, it created the flyer, and it's going to allow me to see, and it looks like it's done, so let's click on that. It allows me to see how many people scanned that QR code. So here's the flyer. There's the information. There's the QR code on the top of the flyer to put in the box in the front of the yard. Here's the postcard. If I jump over to the statistics button, it's going to give me all the statistics of how many people scanned it and when they scanned it. So you can see that 2 people scanned it here today, 179 hits in the last 30 days, 499 hits all time. Again, this is another free offering. Realtor.com has even more free tools, but I don't have, of course, all day here to talk to you about them. They have a lot of great paid options as well. Our booth is here. If you go right outside, the booth is on the left-hand side of the convention floor. And it's not just Realtor.com, but Realtor.com, Top Producer, and TigerLead is also here too. I don't know if you heard, but Move, who owns Realtor.com and Top Producer, acquired TigerLead, and they're here as well. They have some fantastic systems, so I recommend you guys go to the booth, you check it out, you ask them about some of their lead generation programs, and ask them about anything that you heard about here today in the class. I hope you learned some things about Realtor.com, and I'll see you guys soon. Thanks. Yeah. This last one was marketing. I'm bringing up, let's back up a step here. Marketing.realtor.com/mobile listing. Marketing.realtor.com/mobile listing. Marketing.realtor.com/mobile listing.